Miriam singing a song.
Hello, I am Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow, who sings a lot less than you do.
Sometimes.
Anyway, if you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy.
You know what? That's true.
Anyway, we also have some
sing a lot more
electrolyte
than
supplements
you do.
like these, which we're going to be getting into tonight. They're amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. And whenever I feel like singing.
Yeah.
These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. So thanks for joining us on our keto journey.
Carrie said,
with sound.
Such a cool hat. All I can think of was, but I never wear buttons and I got a cool hat. And my homies agree, I'm really looking in black, fool. Anyway, let's say hi to people. We got, I noticed that Dennis was on and Carrie.
Hi.
Betsy's here and Storm Chasing Gal is here from Jenks.
Jenks.
Which is right by Tulsa, she said.
Oh, yay.
It's one of those schools. Anyway.
How are you, Betsy?
And Storm Chasing Gal is excited for the June box. And Dennis loves the taste and smell of Keto Chow chai latte. Me speak good. Tracy says, good evening, Keto Chow peeps. I had Pecan Sticky Bun shake
Tracy.
after my strength training tonight for the first time. I thought it was really sweet, and I bet it would be really good as a creamy.
That is exactly what I had for dinner today.
I had chocolate.
Mine was better.
You had the Pecan
Sticky Bun.
With butter?
With butter.
Okay.
And I put in my little tiny... I was going to bring it up here. I forgot.
Yeah.
Anyway, I put in my little keto brick pieces, and they're so
to give it some
good.
So the not penultimate, but before that, topic for today is what's the recipe for using Keto Chow and the Ninja CREAMi?
You can do whatever you want, honestly, but we just make it as if you're making a shake and then dump it in.
A little bit less water.
Yeah, dump it in. And then it's
like
good.
Literally that. Can you make it with heavy cream? Can you make it with butter? Can you make it with coconut oil? Can you make it, like literally you make a Keto Chow and you dump it in there and then you freeze it. That's it.
Yep. And then what I do is I'll dig out the middle after I've spun it 2 times and then put the stuff in the middle. And what's so nice is you can just put a little tiny bit of something and it really goes a long way. So I had 30 grams of keto brick broken into the little tiny, in the little mold, little circle molds. And it was so satisfying, but it was only 30 grams, so it was very little.
Yep.
So awesome.
Now, some people add things like allulose to it when they're mixing it up. Some people add Terra root gum.
Yep. We did that for a long time, too.
Yeah, I still do sometimes when I remember to do it. I sometimes add peanut flour to mine, which is powdered peanut butter.
But not when you're mixing. When you're mixing it, not when you're.
Yeah, when I'm mixing it, I will. When it's in the blender, I add that.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of chocolate and not a lot of chocolate peanut butter, which makes me sad. So I make chocolate peanut butter with chocolate and peanut flour, or you could just add actual peanut butter as well.
Oh yeah, I totally can. I have done that.
Yep.
It's delicious.
So there's a lot of different options. There's a lot of different recipes, but the simple version is. Make Keto Chow, pour into CREAMi, freeze. And there will be an eruption in the middle. Don't worry about it.
As long as it's in the middle. If it goes to the side.
Well, even if it goes to the side. What they caution you a lot is
if it tips, is what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah. But if it's off to the side, at least it's kind of flattish.
Right.
And as it comes down, it'll grind that down, no problem.
Yeah. But if it grinds to the side, like if it's, just make sure it's in your freezer upright.
Flat, yes. Anyway, so there you go. Let's see. Purple Lovin' Nana is here.
Hello.
And Becky is here also.
We'll see you pretty soon, Debbie.
Yeah, let's see. Defense Wiz is here. Storm Chasing Gal says, no way, gorgeous hat action.
Thank you.
And
I got
Betsy
this
loves your hat
too.
Too.
When we were shopping with Steve from Serious Keto's wife at Target.
Oh, really?
So I sent her a picture today.
That's awesome.
Like,
Donna's here, says good evening. Exposing Darkness is full of people who are going to be on a cruise
soon.
We
I
actually,
wish you were with us.
Just before the live stream started, like literally just before, I was like, where are those little,
luggage tags?
the things that hold the luggage tags? I'm like, where did they go? And I'm like, I thought they were in this drawer. They were in the bottom drawer. And I found them, and there's like just a bundle of lanyards and luggage tag holders and all this. I'm like, well, it's a good thing I bought more lanyards
I
today.
have my lanyard from my original low-carb cruise with my
Okay.
low-carb cruise print on it.
Nice.
I think I maybe lost one of them, so I only have a couple.
Jennifer says, good evening, people.
Good
Carrie says, I finally got the
evening.
magnesium drops. They weren't scanned when they left Utah.
Oh, no.
When it got to me, it was scanned. That happens a
I'm
surprising
sorry.
amount of
It does
time.
happen a lot. And you know what? We try really hard to get the
Post office
post
and them to
people
do it.
and the UPS to scan it, and sometimes they just don't.
Yep.
So we just try to do the best we can to be patient.
Yep. Becky says, I was disappointed that they're out of the big bag of Pecan Sticky Bun. When are they coming back?
I know.
I don't know if I actually have ordered
I
a
don't
new
think
batch of
anytime
that.
soon. I'm sorry.
Officially, the Pecan Sticky Bun is a seasonal flavor for the fall.
Yep. So maybe the fall. I don't know if they're
Maybe.
ordered still.
That's a really good question, and I unfortunately, I don't know.
But I can tell you, the one that's in my cupboard, I made like 5 Ninja CREAMi's last week, and boy, that was delicious.
Okay, Mark has a question for the technical guy. Here we go. Where is
I'll
it?
fall asleep now while you talk about boring stuff.
Just got a batch of 2.8 chocolate, and it doesn't separate like the older chocolate. It also seems thicker, making a half stick of butter like you show. Okay, so actually, a lot of people find that the 2.8
be
is
thinner.
a little bit thinner. Now, I don't find it any thicker or thinner, but what I have noticed is if I get the water to between about 97 and 105 degrees Fahrenheit,
Ooh.
I have the best
Great
success with no separation whatsoever. If I do, now this is with butter.
Butter.
This is with a blender
And the butter's melted.
and the melted butter.
All of it, no chunks
Yeah,
inside.
I find if I go colder than that, then the butter tends to glob up before it fully emulsifies.
Yes.
And I find that if I go warmer than that, the acacia gum breaks, for lack of a better term. It doesn't work like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
It kind of gets deactivated, and the butter tends to go to the top, and you tend to get separation by density with the chocolate, which isn't a problem. You shake it up, and it mixes back in, and it's just fine. But if you go really, really, really hot on the water, like 110, 120 degrees, which isn't really hot, but it kind of is.
Yeah.
It seems like that's too hot. Now I haven't measured up to I'm actually performing a series of experiments. Last time I did 98 degrees. This time I did 103 degrees.
Okay.
I'll probably do closer to 110 next time I do a batch.
See how it goes.
And I'm just seeing how it goes because I figured, you know what? It's probably about time I actually
to
figure
know
this out.
how hot it should actually be instead of just pretty hot.
That's right. So, yeah, that's where we're going. But sounds like you probably got it to just the right temperature.
Yeah, you are skilled, my friend.
Carrie's at 1 year and 4 months, no coffee or caffeine.
Woohoo!
Suzanne is here, and Lori likes your hat as well.
Thank you. Hi, Suzanne.
Tina says
Hi,
hello from
Lori.
Central Oregon. Nice. My dad grew up in Nessa,
Yes.
which is right by Ontario, which is not Central Oregon.
It's Southern
rural
Oregon.
Boise. No, it's far Eastern Oregon.
So far.
It's actually in the mountain time zone because they just said, look, we're nowhere
Pretty much
near.
Idaho anyway.
It pretty much is Idaho. They've actually asked to be annexed by Idaho, and I don't think it's ever going to happen. Shay says, Miriam is so fancy tonight.
I
Yes,
know,
you
so
are.
fancy.
Kathy is here. Hello. Sarah says hello. Love the hat.
Thank you.
Andy says made a chocolate pudding with chia seeds, and it was really awesome. Going to be my weekly dessert. Thank you so much. I love you guys for being an honest company and awesome people. Here's me being
thanks,
honest. We can
Andy.
still be friends even if you like chia seeds.
I like chia seeds.
I don't.
We're married. It's fine. You just had a bad experience.
I did. I used up all of my tolerance for chia seeds. So, quick history lesson. Way
Right.
back in the day, I was making a different recipe of a shake that preceded Keto Chow.
Right.
And it had a lot of raw cocoa powder and ground up chia seeds and
Yes.
ground flax seeds and
me, sorry.
MCT oil, and it was
It was gross.
and lots of coconut flour.
It kind of tasted like you were drinking flour.
Tasted like you were drinking a really gross Almond Joy that didn't have any sweetness to it.
Yeah, kind of like that. If only allulose existed back then.
Anyway, it was no bueno.
So now he'll never drink chia seeds again. I mean, eat them ever again.
The smell, oh.
We have
But if you like it, that's great. I don't want to yuck your yum.
So speaking of yucking your yum,
yes.
all these pasta eaters, I did not eat spaghetti for like 5 years.
Okay.
Because I threw up spaghetti when I was pregnant.
Yes. We were driving in our Crown Victoria, and you got really sick, and we stopped at the gas station, and you just threw up. And I helped clean it up.
And I didn't eat spaghetti for a long time.
I think I remember it actually coming out your nose.
I think it did. It was bad.
It's so bad.
And I wasn't even sick. I just was pregnant, and pregnancy makes you sick. Ugh.
Carrie got a great deal the other day, Kroger, with a beef cheek.
Ooh.
And some panda massaged organic ground meat. That's awesome. Was it massaged by moonlight by those pandas? Yes. Gina is here. This is beautiful hat, Miriam. Looks great on you.
Thank
Storm
you.
Chasing Gal loves coffee and not ashamed.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, again, won't yuck your yum. If you like it, that's great.
Good job.
Storm Chasing Gal says, I made the keto Reese's dessert for the 4th time.
Oh.
And I don't want any help. Okay.
Yum.
Marianne is here from Jacksonville, Florida.
Marianne, are you on vacation?
Okay, now Becky says, I don't have a Ninja CREAMi. I make Vitamix soft serve ice cream with Keto Chow, which is great.
Oh, yes.
Also, I found out today why it's been so hard to find the Ninja CREAMi's in stock. Apparently, they went viral on TikTok.
Why didn't we do that with them?
I don't know.
We could have put a lot of Keto Chow stuff up there.
So, and it coincided with Costco having them on sale.
Yeah.
And so they've just been sold out and like impossible to find. We actually had a neighbor who, we were talking with him, he's like, you know, I really like this the Instant Pot that I got, and I'm always on the lookout for the next thing that will change my life. I said, get a Ninja CREAMi. He's like, really? Like, absolutely. And it took him a week and a half to find one in stock. He finally just bought one off Amazon, and it took forever to get to him, but it did. But the Joe and Rachel have a recipe for doing Vitamix soft serve ice cream as well.
It's so great. So great.
If you search YouTube for Keto Chow ice cream, you will find that and more recipes.
Yes.
Becky says I have to eat it before it melted. Okay, Betsy says, forgive me for asking again, why are some daily minerals more blue than others? So different batches have different amounts of copper, among other things in it. And it's not a lot difference. It's within a very tight tolerance. But just that little bit more, a little bit less changes the color dramatically. Neely is here, not at the dentist.
Oh, good job.
Because I was at
She's not at the dentist at 7:30
I was at the dentist while her and Lindsay were doing their live stream, and I was waiting.
Oh, you know what?
I was
totally missed it.
I was like, hey. I said, hey, y'all, it's Chris.
Hey, y'all, I'm at the dentist.
And then when Lindsay got on, she's like, hey, y'all, it's Lindsay. I'm like, Lindsay, I stole that line fair and square.
Hey, y'all,
stop stealing it back.
Chris.
Anyway, and they're like, so what's Chris doing? Is he actually in the chair? Yeah. Does he have his phone playing our live stream and he's forcing the dental hygienist to listen in?
Yes.
Nah, it was before they called me in.
I have used headphones and listened to live streams before.
But I have a hard time with them just popping out of my ear. So
yeah.
Penny's here from
also, when they're
Everett,
like
Washington.
leaning on your face.
Yep. Radical Geek is here. Hello there.
Washington. Penny, hi.
Suzanne says, I hope everyone who's going on the cruise has a wonderful time.
We will. We'll think of you. Suzanne, do you want to just get in my suitcase?
I
could pretend you're one of my children.
Speaking of which, we need to wash clothes.
I know.
Did you ever decide if we're going on the dive on Thursday with Holly and Steve?
Yeah, you literally told me about it like 20 minutes ago. And I said, I have this and this and this and this, so I'll have to talk about it with my people.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said 20 minutes ago.
Well, my concern is that we'll have to make sure all the stuff is dry so we can pack it.
Yes.
Anyway.
We don't have to make those decisions on the live stream here.
Lori says, hi guys, I just signed up for my mystery box yesterday. Gonna save money and still have the yummies in my tummy. Yay! But does my card get saved to pay every month? Yes.
Yes, but we don't see it. We can't have access to it.
Yeah, so all that we can see is the last 4 numbers, and we can see Yes, it worked.
Yes, it worked. Or no, it didn't work. Also,
Yeah, it's held by a different
we
company.
can delete it.
Yeah, we can delete it.
We can delete your information.
Yep.
And your subscription.
Yep. And also, you can, if you have rewards in your Keto Chow rewards account, you can use those to pay for your first subscription. But then when it recurs, it has to use a credit card.
Yeah, so I think when you do make your first purchase of the subscription, you can use the rewards, and then you still have to put in a credit card, even though the rewards may cover.
And when you
the
put
whole
that
thing.
in, that's what it's going to use.
That's
now,
what it uses.
And I did see how to do more than that. You absolutely can. So you can actually order multiple of the subscriptions.
If you want to.
And if, like, say you got the 30 and you want to change it to the 60 or the 90, you can just go in and
change it.
Change it. And it's like that easy.
And if you can't figure it out, please give us a call because our nice people will figure it out.
Speaking
of which,
what?
I got a telephone call today. It was from a company. Would you think I would not get so excited? It was from a customer service agent from this hair place that I got some hair stuff from. And I'd never bought from them before. In fact, when I was making an account, I got a blue screen. And I'm like, that didn't work very good. So I'm all, whatever. The order went through, and I just wasn't able to create an account. Well, apparently it worked. It was fine. But they called me. They're like, hey, this deep conditioner you ordered, it's out of stock.
Do you want something different?
Do you want me to cancel it?
It's wonderful to be treated the way that we want our customers to be treated.
That's
it's great.
so nice of you. I really just wanted a deep conditioner. I've never bought that before, but I just want. And she's like, oh, this one actually is this and this and this and this. And I'm like, I'll take that. So she's just swapped it out on my order, and I'm like, I love you. Thank you.
So we got back from speaking of customer service, we got back from Memorial Day weekend, and our customer service team had so many conversations to take care of. So for the first hour and a half of today, I actually went through looking for, can you cancel this order, of people saying that, so that I could get them taken care of before we shipped it out.
Thank you.
Because it's kind of hard to cancel an order after it's already been shipped. It's very easy to cancel an order when it just exists on the computer.
Yes.
And so there were probably about, 30 or 40 people who actually got contacted by me.
Oh.
It wasn't just that things, but there were a couple other things that I took care of. But yeah, they got it all cleared out. The queue was empty by the time we got to it. Storm Chasing Gal wants to know, do you all use Apple AirTags in your luggage?
If we used Apple devices, we totally would. But we don't.
We do not.
So we don't. But that is smart.
I actually don't make enough money to afford Apple devices.
Okay, speaking of Apple, here are my little things. Can you see that?
Your keto bricks?
There's the keto bricks. They're so tiny.
They're half spheres.
This is the mold. Look how tiny it is. It's smaller than my fingernail. And I just melt it, and I put them in here, and it makes a lot because they're so tiny. Yeah. And then I just keep this in the freezer. You can keep it out of the freezer, but I like to keep it in the freezer. And you just
squeegee across them with the spatula, right?
So, and it's so nice because it's so little. It's like so little.
Tiny little.
It's smaller than my
Storm
finger.
Chasing Gal had pecan yesterday. Jennifer says I need to locate my luggage tags. Yeah. Okay. Keto Simple wants an horchata flavor. And Bernadette and Rob are here, a.k.a. Valiant. Welcome.
Welcome.
Penny says, thanks so much. I received my subscription 30 minutes ago. Looking forward to making a new recipe.
Yes.
Rick one's here, and so is Jackie. Rita says, hello. Mark says,
sorry, I was just telling Kate to
now I need to watch water temp.
Sorry. Sorry.
I also know about where it is on my sink. That if I turn it on hot, wait for it to get hot, then turn it to about midpoint, it works. Tracy says, I'll be on the cruise soon. Hopefully got some bad news about my dad's health. Oh, sorry. No. So I hope everything will be okay and I can still make it.
Oh, I hope so too. He will be in our prayers. I'm so sorry.
Rickwen wants to know if we packed Lynette. No, that's not what Rickwen said.
Oh, yes.
Dennis says that mixing the Keto Chow shakes can be very difficult from the creamy recipes. More later. It's true, you can make them different, but Mark is microwaving 1.5 quarts of water for about 4 minutes.
Oh, that's perfect. Right. Oh, can I just tell you, if you do want to have a fun time, Lynette is your gal because she has a good time.
Yep.
She is so fun.
Carrie's going to be here until about 9.
Okay,
and then going to bed.
Sleep.
You
Good idea.
So in the book,
Sleeping
Essentialism, one of the key tenets is protect the asset.
Yes.
And you
are the asset.
Your sleep is the asset. And you need to protect that at all costs.
Yes.
Do we get to sleep in tomorrow because the kids don't have school?
Yes. Okay, so we need to figure this out off of line.
Yeah.
Because I have to figure out when I'm going to go to the gym now if I'm not going to go at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I thought you were going to go before.
I know, but I still have to get out of bed, which means you will wake up.
That's true, but I might sleep a little bit longer. Storm Chasing Gal said Miriam should show her awesome self off and go do lunch.
Yes.
Larry says I made French toast loaf that Joe made. Oh, you know what? I think I saw you post that. Anyway,
yeah.
It's super easy, filling and delicious. You should give Joe a round of applause. Because he hit it out of the park.
Good job.
We were synchronized. Too many years in Cub Scouts there. Radical Geek says I put the Pecan Sticky Bun in the freezer for tomorrow. Ice cream fuel for the bike ride. Perfect. Yes.
Yay.
Tracy doesn't like chia either. See? Lynette says, Chris, are you bringing your horseradish again? Yes.
Oh, yes. That's a good idea.
I need to do that. So in the past, I've brought a little bottle of
sugar-free ketchup.
Sugar-free ketchup and a little bottle of horseradish.
Put your face in here.
I did not.
Or put your hand. Say, hello, it's Kate's hand. Hi.
She was nice, and I texted her, and I said, will you bring those up so I can show everybody? And then I said, now will you go put them away?
She gave me a little glass bottle of horseradish, which is probably going to be perfect.
Yeah, the little white one?
Yeah. For, was it Christmas or? No, I think it was for Valentine's Day.
It was in your Easter basket.
That's right. Easter.
The horseradish was in the Easter basket. Because it was a perfect little tiny one.
There's the can of Kipper snacks.
Oh, yeah, you could bring those
Smoked
too.
herring.
I am going to bring some keto bricks.
Thank
but
you
I'm
for
going to
reminding
bring
me,
little
Lynette.
pieces of keto brick so that I can supplement if I
Yeah,
need
and don't leave them like you did at KetoCon.
You mean Hawaii?
Oh, was it Hawaii?
Yes.
Not that
Left
you're
them in
mad
the
about
freezer.
That. Oh.
Because nothing was in the freezer, and we took everything out of all the things, and that was kind of crazy to get out
Jackie
of.
says we leave tomorrow, and I haven't started packing yet.
Oh, yeah.
Neither have I. We have a hair appointment tomorrow, and I have to hit Walmart and try to find shorts. Procrastinate.
Oh, my gosh. Well, can I just tell you,
Wow,
I
wow,
found
wow.
these really cute ones, Baleaf, Baleaf,
Bay leaves.
on Amazon. I got them. They're like jogger shorts or something like that. But I got them for swim shorts, and I've been wearing them to water aerobics.
Yes.
They're so cute. They have pockets. I've got that brand before for Ruth because she likes them because she likes to wear like boys gym shorts, except these are girls, so they're cuter, and they have like a cute cut.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll send you a link because they're so cute.
All right. Miracle Geek says, it sounds gross, and I like all the ingredients, just not together. Talking about that other recipe of the
Oh,
shake.
yeah.
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
It literally was shake it up and chug it down before it
Yes.
all settles out, and it was, Anyway, Danielle says, I can't wait for mine to come in.
Yay, Danielle.
Let's see. Yeah, and Carrie just can't do coffee or caffeine because it messes him up. Tracy says,
I
it
feel
sounds
that.
like I got my Ninja CREAMi just in time for Mother's Day. Yes. Maria's here. Hi, Marie.
Hey, hi. Oh my gosh, I just realized Marianne said she was in Jacksonville, Florida, and I thought Marie said she was in Florida, and I'm like, Marie, are you on vacation? No, Marianne lives there.
Yes.
Marianne, I'm sorry I got you and Marie mixed up because you're not the same person. Sorry.
Carrie installed a ceiling fan.
Ooh, that's nice.
I installed a fan in my Ooler. I took out the old one, put in a new one, and I'm going to see if it works.
Fingers
I
crossed.
feel super accomplished for doing that.
Yeah.
I even soldered together the wires and heat shrunk them. My 12-year-old self just wrapping electrical tape around stuff would be very impressed at my level of
I
professionalism.
think he would be impressed too.
Yeah. Jess says, I've given up getting a Ninja CREAMi, but I love my Cuisinart ice cream maker. Hey, there you go. Oh, Teresa says returned an unopened CREAMi at Kohl's. So it might be available for someone else who
There
wants
you
to
go.
pay $1.99.
Kohl's.
Let's see, Becky says, I've been making raspberry panna cotta
Oh, yeah.
with coconut roasted almond milk instead of a heavy cream to lower the calories so I can eat more protein.
You know what else you should
delicious.
do? Just make some roasted almond, with some, put it on the top.
See, Marianne lives in Jacksonville, not on vacation.
I
You
told
could have a staycation.
I got mixed up. I realized that even before you said that. I know who you are, Marianne, and you didn't have purple hair anymore. But Marie never had purple hair, so I'm just, it was the M's that messed me up today. I know who both of you are.
Keto in the Midst says I made myself in the Keto's maple waffle chaffles.
Yes.
You can put some sausage patties on there and maybe some eggs. Make yourself a McGriddle.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Or put some syrup on there. Or put some peanut butter in there.
Yeah. Annabella likes your hat, Miriam. No, loves your hat. Sorry.
Thank you.
Teresa says I would have jumped on that deal if I didn't have 8 bags to eat first. There you go.
Right.
Okay, Neely says my husband is now addicted to chocolate peanut butter keto chow.
We won!
Every single night. He eats his dinner and then says he needs to replace the meal he just had and have a meal replacement.
Oh my gosh. Well, will you tell him we say hi? Because he was such a fun guy.
He was a nice guy.
He's not a fun guy. He is a fun guy.
Becky says, I love the maple waffle keto chow. It's one of my staples.
Yes.
Yep. And Carrie likes keto chow customer service as well.
Me too.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, because the magnesium drops were kind of lost and he was able to get them. Nice.
Okay, my ice is getting melty.
Okay. So one of the things that we wanted to cover tonight was what is Miriam's straw trick with electrolytes?
Yes, because we wanted to cover that. So I got ice and water.
And I've got 2 different kinds of electrolytes.
Which one do you want to do?
Let's do this guy.
Okay, because that's the one that usually is.
Well, it's actually empty, but you can still demonstrate.
Oh, but then they'll not. No, then they'll think we're lying.
Okay, well.
Okay, so here's the straw, and what it is you put the electrolytes, or mostly it's the magnesium drops I do this with, down the straw. It goes right down to the bottom because it's heavier
take this and you would go,
than the water, right?
Yep.
More.
And then you'd do it again. Then you'd go, beep.
And then it goes down to the bottom.
Down to the bottom.
Okay.
Because
and
it is more dense.
I leave the straw at the bottom where I left it, so it doesn't mix up.
Or you take this guy, which is empty,
and do
but
it
we're going
again.
to demonstrate.
Okay.
You stick it right in there, and you
just
squeeze it.
But if you go a little
Squeeze,
higher,
squeeze,
then
squeeze,
you could see it come
Trip,
out.
trip, trip. Yeah, but I just stick it in there and squeeze it.
Yes. Because usually you do this when you have a headache.
Yes.
And
But
then
now all the stuff is at the bottom.
I leave it in the same space. And it's salty first drink, and then it's gone after a second.
Yeah.
That's so good.
So even if you've got like the magnesium that's kind of bitter, and or you've got actually you could do it with the Dr. Berry.
Yeah,
minerals
I've done
as
that
well.
with Dr. Berry's too.
In fact, if you put the Dr. Berry minerals into the water,
It'll still go to the bottom.
yeah, it'll still go to the bottom unless you stir it up.
Yeah, it
really
just
bad.
takes a minute. But I know when I do it down the straw, I just already know half of it's in the straw, and it's already right where the straw is, so I can just get it as
And
fast
clean
as I
fresh
can.
water washes it right
It's
past.
so fast, because usually when I do it without that at night, I just drink it down, and then I taste it in my mouth. But with a straw, you barely taste it at all because you're drinking whatever's following it. So
Any drink with a straw. You could do it in your Stanley because you're super cool with a hat.
Stanley.
You could do it in a drink with a straw. You could do it with a terrible straw made out of paper.
yeah, terrible. But look how cute it is. It's so pink.
Okay, let's see. Oh,
water
Defensive
tastes
says
so
I was
good.
telling Shauna
Thank you.
about that mold yesterday for the keto bricks.
Yes.
Let's see. Annabella says, yeah, the under-eating is catching up with me. She's been a bit weepy today. Teary.
Oh, I'm
teary
sorry. I feel that. I'm sorry,
today.
honey.
Blaze says I need to order more of the pecan sticky bun to make more egg loaf.
Yes, that sounds so good.
Storm Chasing Gal says that hat should go on the cruise. It would probably get crushed though.
I think it would be a lot. I'm gonna bring a different hat.
Yeah.
It's almost the same size.
I'm gonna bring my old
but
man
it's
hat.
floppy and it has the string on it, so it does kind of look like an old lady hat. Honestly, Holly has the same one, and if it gets smashed, it doesn't matter because it is floppy.
Jennifer says, did you just say for a good time call Lynette?
Yeah, I did. You know who to call.
Okay, when I was in middle school, there was a Reading is Fundamental program where they would hand out books. I did not have a problem reading. I was reading voraciously.
I did.
And one of the books that they handed out to the entire school was For a Good Time, Call Claudia, which was about a girl who somebody wrote her name and phone number on the wall in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
And she finally figured it out and she wrote don't. But it was, anyway, For a Good Time, Call Claudia. So I only think of that every time I see it.
That's interesting children's book.
Yeah. Anyway. Bob thinks you look really sharp in the hat.
Thank you.
Let's see. And Carrie says Kate is so handy. Yes, she was.
Okay, so Jackie, if you want to, I just thought of this. Speaking of nail color, that doesn't have anything to do with anything, but the shorts I bought are this color, right? They're like, it's actually a little bit darker teal than light teal. But if you want, I'm not leaving for a couple of days, so you tell me what size you want. I'll order it for you and bring it. Those shorts. I'll send it to you after this. The Baleaf ones.
All right.
I got you.
Becky says, please, yes, please, more big bags of pecan sticky bun. I make pecan protein bars with them.
Yes.
That's awesome. Loretta is here from the Oregon coast. What part of the Oregon coast?
How are you?
We really like going to the Oregon coast. It's beautiful.
Yes. Where's the place with the black rocks?
Are you talking about Cannon Beach?
I don't know. That's why I asked you.
The one where we strapped the GoPro to the harness on Ruth and she was running
that's
around?
my favorite video of all time.
She's just singing the whole time.
Do you know where that is?
I bet you I could find it. It's
I would
probably
love it if you could find that.
I can guarantee you it's in Photoshop Elements.
So funny. Oh yeah, it's in Photoshop Elements. We should convert all those over to the photos on Google.
Google Drive is doing its best to upload all of those into your Google Drive, Google Photos account.
Thank you.
Anyway.
I love
Carrie
that.
says, wonder where Ginger is, since they talked about Marianne, right?
I know, gosh. Where is
Marie says, yeah, no problem. Still in Tooele.
Yeah, sorry. I was hoping you were on
see.
vacation.
Storm Chasing Gal likes to add cinnamon to chai latte.
Yes.
Nice. Becky's planning a road trip to the Southwest. Would you all be around early fall? Yeah, actually, we have very little going on.
We do have Keto Palooza in October, and that's it.
Well, and we do have the... Actually,
it's my birthday. Please come for my birthday, and we can have some keto cheesecake together. What we want you to do, though, for reals, is when you know you're coming, go ahead and reach out to customer service or us or Lynette or whatever. Let us know so we can kind of put it on the calendar so we can see you.
So
we love it. We love to visit.
We are going to the Orlando.
Oh, Orlando's in August.
Probably not going to San Diego because Holly... Is it Holly that's going to the Low-Carb for Better Health?
I can't remember.
Dixon. We're not going to either of those two. We're supposed to be going to the Las Vegas one. We're going to Keto Palooza, and we're hosting this.
Yeah,
but
we are.
Actually, most of the stuff that we have going on is on lowcarbevents.com.
Right.
I made a snide comment to... actually, I don't know if it posted. But, not snide, but Neely and Lindsay were talking about...
Snide.
All the different... events that are going on. It's like, wow, wouldn't it be cool if someone made a website to keep track of all these things?
We were older.
Jackie says my hair will be different again.
Okay, so can you see? Look, can you see it right here with my shirt in the background?
My hair will be different again, so don't be surprised. Dropping my dark auburn purple and thinking going more blonde.
Oh, that'll be so cute. I want to cut my hair off. I go through phases where I just chop it off.
My job is to always remind her.
Every time I do it, I wish I didn't. Because I forget it's curly. And when it's short, it's really hard to straighten. And it is quite curly. So.
Girly.
I get stressed out.
Jekyll King says, does daily mineral disperse better in tea and coffee? Hot stuff, it seems to.
Probably.
But it's already dissolved in water, so it kind of disperses.
But you know, what you can do is just have a little bit and then try a little bit more until you don't like the taste and then back off a little bit.
Jennifer says, do not take the electrolyte tablet and realize your drink is empty. If you still have the electrolyte tablets, that's awesome. We did replace them with capsules that are, it's a gelatin type capsule that it doesn't have the problem of if you leave it open, it turns into powder.
Right.
Which is what we were running into before.
Yep. We also have magnesium capsules that are like that, and I take them every night.
Jackie says, I'm definitely taking my Keto Chow Daily Minerals, Element, and Real-Lite to add to my adult beverages. Drinking responsibly. I mean, I guess that's one way to avoid a hangover, which is mostly dehydration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Lori says, you need to take that hat for sure. So classy.
Yeah, but I didn't have to take a cute outfit, and I want to wear like shorts and t-shirts.
Okay, I'm thinking this Jill King says, I hope you bring back last year's Christmas Daily Minerals in the clear bottle with a dropper.
Oh, that was fun.
I want to buy for Christmas gifts, but yeah, it won't if it's the plastic bottle. So we did that as a limited edition, as like a Black Friday thing. And we had them in stock longer than we had anticipated. We haven't decided to make a new run of them yet.
But that would be cool.
It would be cool.
I like the droppers the best, honestly.
Mike is late. Hi, Mike.
Late, but worth the wait.
Valiant wants to know where to find, or Bernadette wants to know where to find recipes for Keto Chow chaffles. Actually, if you search for Keto Chow chaffle, you'll find our webpage. It's very simple. 3 eggs, 1 cup of mozzarella.
1 scoop of Keto Chow.
Any flavor. Or packet. You know,
or packet, yes.
just throw a packet in there.
Chocolate.
Mix it up real good. And then put those into the thing.
The maple waffle's good.
It's like a tablespoon and a half makes a chaffle.
Strawberry's good.
Yeah.
Pistachio's good. All the savories are good. The savories are good if you put some sausage in there too. So good.
Chrissy says, looking to lose weight and control diabetes. What is your recommendation? A proper human
low
diet.
Carb.
Eat low carb. Replace all the carbs in your diet with
meat and fat.
Yeah, pretty much. If you don't know what to eat, bacon and eggs is.
Bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
Just eat eggs all day long. They're the best thing ever.
Start following Dr. Ken Berry. He has a lot of really good information. But limiting your carbohydrate intake to maybe 50 total carbs a day, maybe 20 non-fiber carbs a day is by far the best thing that you can do.
The lower the carbs, the faster the weight loss. That's what I noticed. But you know what you want to do? You want to control your diabetes first. I would not even worry about weight loss. Just try to get your glucose to be stable. Also, if you go low carb after eating a lot of high carbs, you need to check with your doctor because you may need to de-prescribe fairly quickly your medication. And that's,
if you're using insulin.
And that's really important to pay attention to. So we are not doctors.
Nope.
We don't have diabetes, so we don't know any of that, but we know that happens. So be careful.
Storm Chasing Gal says, we will pray for calm seas for your cruise.
Thank you.
That's a loaded statement. There was a Carnival cruise ship.
Yes.
Did you hear about this?
No.
They had to make an emergency return to port because the seas were so heavy. There was video of water sloshing around in the hallways.
Oh, dang.
Like it was real bad. But they actually cleaned it up and got it back out. It went back out to sea today.
With the same people?
No, with new people.
They're like, let's just go home.
Betsy does Daily Minerals in my coffee every morning. And Marie wants black licorice as a seasonal flavor. I really like it too. The problem is it didn't sell very well.
Yeah.
It was really fun to do.
It was fun. This is really cold, delicious water.
Annabelle says, I'm going to drink 3 glasses of water and put Celtic sea salt on my tongue.
Oh, yeah.
It does help with pain.
Yeah.
Becky says, please bring back the glass bottle Daily Minerals for Black Friday. Keto Mama Michelle is here. Hello.
Hi, Michelle.
Jackie says, Miriam, you're the best.
Thank you.
All right. Defensive says, I'm with you with Marie Campos. I still haven't used my last red licorice yet. Every time I try, I just can't pull the trigger. Donna wants to know, when will Keto Chow Core be available again? So we do have
we have some.
The unsweetened in stock. The sweetened one is out of stock, and we're trying to get it back as soon as we can.
Let me tell you what I put in mine, the stevia that I used.
Yeah, and we actually, it's already on order. As soon as we can get it back, it will be back in stock. Let's see. Lots of people talking about the glass bottle and dropper. To be honest, there's no plan right now to redo the glass bottle with the dropper.
Sorry.
It was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
It cost a lot to do that.
Okay, can you see this? Oh, you can kind of see it. So this is what I got on Amazon. It's the Now brand better stevia. I mean, you guys, I'm sure,
Lower
have your own.
brightness.
I did already.
You got to lower it really low.
Okay, I'll lower it more than low, so it's completely black. Wow, now it's still dark.
Too low. Mark says San Diego is awesome.
But anyway, like you guys know to put what sweetener you can put in, but I put this one in and I just put in the recommended amount that's on the bottom of the blog post, which takes forever to find. It's really stupid. But
the number of teaspoons or whatever.
it tastes exactly the same as the flavored one.
Okay.
It's so great, and it's not that hard because I'm already mixing it anyway. So I actually haven't been using the, well, because it was out, but before it was out, I wasn't using the sweetened one. I was just using the unsweetened and just adding the stevia. So it's pretty fast.
Okay. Donna says I only ordered 2 so I could try them and I loved it. I like the chai and I'm on the fence with that one. Let's see. And Carrie cut off his hair in 1997. There you go. Janice loves the electrolyte capsules. Becky says I put 10 droppers of daily minerals in my 24-ounce water for the day at work. Then I take 5 droppers in the evening. Mike says I clicked a button and suddenly I see you on my TV. Using AirPlay. Didn't even know that worked. Yeah. We are famous on the internet. Look,
We're
Ma,
famous.
we're on TV.
That's what I was doing. I'm like, I'm in your TV, Mike.
And Michelle likes the Keto Chow electrolyte drops as well. Emily wants to know, which flavor is your favorite? I keep coming back to chocolate peanut butter. It's just fantastic.
It's all coming back. It's all coming
Storm Chasing Gal wants to know, will the soups ever be in bulk bags? They used to be in bulk bags, but the bulk bags didn't sell well enough. And so I believe that the plan is, I think we have some of them in bulk bags, but when they sell out, they aren't going to be available again in bulk bags.
That's right. Okay, back to Emily. You said chocolate peanut butter. I like chocolate peanut butter and chocolate toffee mixed together.
Also known as Butterfinger.
Taste so good to me. So try that.
Purple Oven Nana just keeps buying the giant daily minerals and refilling the glass bottle.
Yes. That's what I do too.
Let's see. Bob wants to know if there's any decision yet on the long-term availability of Maple Waffle Keto Chow.
Sorry, we haven't done analysis on that one yet.
No, because it's still in stock in the little ones.
Yep.
My belief is that it is supposed to be a seasonal. But
we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know.
See when the time comes. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, I think your question, Bob, actually is, are we going to make it in large bags? And we haven't made a determination about that yet.
That is correct.
The sad part about it is, well, actually, our co-packer recently gave us minimum order quantities for the large bags. And so if something isn't going to, if we don't feel like we're going to sell that minimum quantity within like a 5-month period, then we aren't going to bring it in the large bags. So.
I drank my water.
Storm Chasing Gal said, would vanilla be gross mixed with chai? Probably not.
No,
it probably would be just fine.
Do it.
Mad for Sax says, like saxophone, says, Pecan Sticky Bun is the best chaffle.
It is. It's really good.
Bernadette says, thanks a bunch. Dan loves the hat.
Thank you.
Mark says, I did Dr. Lenski's program and lost 60-ish pounds.
Oh my gosh, Mark, that's amazing.
Pounds in 16 weeks. That is awesome.
Isn't he amazing? He's just so great. I love him so much.
Oh, Dennis says Dr. Ken Berry streamed 4 hours of Reversed yesterday, all 4
I saw
episodes.
That.
Really?
It came up on my phone. I did not watch it. Did you watch it? Was it good?
No, I did not watch it.
No, Dennis.
Oh, I'm assuming so. Storm Chasing Gal says, what cruise line are we cruising with? We're with Debbie, who does the low-carb cruises. And generally she does the cruises through, oh my gosh.
Royal Caribbean.
Royal Caribbean.
I got you.
Although there's some discussion about maybe doing an Alaskan one at some point.
I want to go to Alaska.
Marie says, one of my type 1 diabetics that uses Keto Chow.
One of many.
Oh, okay. I try to keep my carbs 30 or less, adjusted down my insulin, and blood sugar levels and A1Cs are the best ever since going keto.
Yes, thank you, Marie, for telling us. And I don't remember, who was it, Christy, who was up there, who was asking about diabetes?
Let's see. Dennis says, yeah, we did indeed have fun in Costa Rica.
We did have fun.
Jackie says, Royal actually had some rough seas, and the pool created a waterfall from the top deck to the promenade several layers down.
Oh, yeah.
Goes down. Good times.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Let's see. Chipadea says, I've watched Making Keto Chow Like a Pro video. Do you have any video of how to make the flavor hacks?
I don't
think that we
so.
do, because generally speaking, I usually just make 2 or 3 at a time and then split it up.
Split it.
So
But we could totally do that. That's a good idea. Thanks.
Exchange Unit says, finally caught up. Yeah. Exposing Dark says, I want a big bag of core and to be able to have it in a subscription
I know, that'd be good.
box.
That would be good.
Michelle says, have an awesome time on the cruise.
Thank you.
Annabelle says, I ordered some Keto Chow magnesium drops. I've never tried them before.
Well, now you know they taste horrible. So put them in a straw, in the cup, drink them down so they're gone, and then you'll have yummy water.
Luce says, I'm late.
Hi, Luz.
Okay, Betsy says, Miriam, why do you prefer stevia to sucralose?
I don't.
Just in the core to mimic
Oh,
the...
yeah. That's what it tastes the same.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't use sucralose very often because we have powdered sucralose, and it's hard to measure.
We actually have the liquid stuff, too.
I mean, I don't know where it is.
It's
in the kitchen.
It's next to the spatulas, like the scrape out a bowl spatulas by the ingredients in a
Okay, well now I know
glass
where
jar.
it is, but the other stuff that we had is powdered, and
It's
I haven't.
very hard to
But
measure.
honestly, you use almost the same amount of stevia and sucralose, and that bottle I have in the cupboard, and I know where it is, and it's fine. I like them both.
Storm Chasing Gal wants to know if we'll be doing lives on the cruise. I don't know.
Probably
We'll
not the lives.
We'll see.
I think we're
how
gonna
the,
vlog though, so we'll see
maybe.
how that goes.
Diane says, eggnog, eggnog, eggnog. It's a seasonal flavor. It will be coming back in the fall. Not exactly sure when in the fall. It's
In the fall
when we get it.
time.
Exposing Darkness says, I just started putting daily minerals in the filtered water for my dog, just 2 drops.
Oh yeah.
We actually like to put that in. We'll have 2 bowls of water for our chickens.
Yes.
One of them will have electrolytes and one of them will not. That way they're able to pick which one they want. And they almost invariably just go for the
They
electrolyte
usually
one.
do.
But you want to have that available
So they can
pick.
self-select.
Yeah. Because they're not, I was going to say they're not stupid, but chickens are stupid.
They are stupid.
They're not stupid about that.
They can tell the difference if they need it or not.
Okay, Christy has a great question. Is it up to you how many shakes you have each day?
You could have 1, 2, or 3. Don't have more than 3.
Nope.
Because that's too many vitamins.
Yep. Up to 3. You can actually have 0 and just do 1 every 2 or 3 days if you wanted to, or once a week. Or
Today I just did 1 for dinner.
I had 1 for lunch. I didn't eat breakfast because I'm trying to eat when I'm hungry.
Yes, good idea.
And then I had 1 for dinner as a Ninja CREAMi today.
Nice.
Bob says, I just want to know if maple will be seasonal so I can stock up before the season ends like I have to do with blueberry. Diane says, low-carb cruise. And again, it's not an entire cruise that's low-carb.
It's just a cruise.
It's like
a low carb
200 or so people. Yeah. And the days when the cruise ship is at sea and not going into port,
Yes,
they have kind of like a conference.
it's so great.
And we are actually going to be recording it
Yes.
so that we can put it up for people to watch this year.
Yeah. So it'll be really cool. And Chris is actually going to be one of the speakers too.
Yeah.
He's going to talk about boring stuff.
Boring stuff.
It'll be so
Annabelle
fun.
says I made marshmallows with gingerbread keto chow for the weekend. Looks like Carrie is taking
night,
off to
Carrie.
bed. Exposing Darkness says the chai latte just doesn't taste right. Maybe my taste buds are off. Different
And some
people like
don't
it, some
like
people
it,
don't.
And that's okay.
Yeah. Luce says the stevia core is delicious.
So delicious.
Annabelle says in my natural medicine days I drank grapefruit and olive oil and garlic, so I think the magnesium drops will be tolerable.
Yeah. Oh, you think, but then you taste it and you're like, hold on, you're right. This tastes
Michelle
like death.
says that sounds awesome. She says thanks for recording it.
Yeah.
It's not we're not gonna live stream it, but yeah, we're planning to record it and then edit it together. It's gonna be interesting. I have to
We'll
bring the
see.
soundboard. Let's see.
He's going to try not to be stressed.
Janice says have a wonderful cruise. I'm
believe
so
in
jealous.
you.
Well, my plan is I'm just recording it.
Yeah.
So as long as it's working,
Yeah.
I'm not having to like do the on the fly
Yes.
switching scenes and stuff like
So
that.
are you going to have the slide deck and then the recording so you can put them in later?
I'm actually going to run a recording of the laptop screen with the microphone going so I can mux them together in post.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was
Yeah.
asking.
That's exactly right. Let's see. The book Exposing Darkness wants to know if we're going to Omaha.
Yes. Are you going to Omaha? Because I want to see your face again.
Chippedea says, will you be vlogging your meals on the cruise? So do they have a special buffet for people on keto? No, they don't have a special buffet.
It's just a regular thing. So it's just like if you go to a regular buffet.
Yep.
But they have plenty of options
It's
that you can have
actually
keto.
not hard to stay completely keto on a cruise. Now, a lot of people decide that on special occasions, like their birthday or a cruise or something like that, that they're going to go off of plan for a while, which I can respect that if it's a decision that they've made ahead of time and they're not giving into temptation in the spur of the moment. They've decided that's what they're going to do, and then they're able to say, okay, I did that for this day, and now I'm going to move on. The problem is when they're like, fine, I'm going to eat it now, and then one meal turns into a day, turns into a week, and then 3 months later, after the cruise,
I'm
they're
off
still
the wagon.
Yeah.
And that's my problem too. Once I fail a little, I fail a lot. So I just try not to fail at all, and then I do better.
Storm Chasing Gal says Royal Caribbean ships are gorgeous and they have their own island. They do, but it's far away from where we're going this time.
We went to the own island before, and it was really fun.
Mark says, so can you do a science of mixing Keto Chow so we can master the chocolate without it separating? Yeah, 98 to 105, that's a good range right there.
I'm sure Chris will do that.
Exposing Darkness says, I will be at Ketopalooza thinking about Omaha.
Hey, well, we will be at Ketopalooza with you, so it'll be perfect.
Okay, a couple things we wanted to talk about. Number one, reminder about the Memorial Day promo.
Right.
So if you signed up for a My Chow subscription from, it was like Thursday night or something like that.
Till yesterday. Midnight.
You should have gotten an email already saying, hey, cool, you did it. Next time your subscription renews, you're gonna get
the credit.
A $25 credit. If you have questions about that, there in the link in the description of this video is a link to the terms and conditions that just lays it all out.
Yep.
As Miriam says, it's super boring, but it's very important.
Yes,
but just
words
wanted to.
are important.
A lot of the questions in the customer support queue today were, why didn't I get my $25 credit? Why wasn't it applied to my order?
We tried to communicate it, but it's hard to communicate.
It's coming. It happens when you renew your subscription.
Yeah, so it's coming.
Yeah. Okay. Celeste wanted to know, what's the longest time after the Best By date? She wrote expiration date.
Yes.
But Best By date that one could or should keep the Keto Chow packets.
Okay, so this is actually kind of a trick question, right? So we have recently, within the last 6 months or whatever, certified them for 5 years.
Used to be 2.
It used to be 2, and so then we got 3, but then we were able to get 5 just recently. So you can look at your date and think, well, if it's in the last 2 years, it's actually good for 5 years.
Yeah, if the Best By date on your package is before 2027, you can comfortably add 3 years to the Best By date.
Yeah, so that's a long time.
Yep. And it's because the packaging that we use does an amazing job at blocking oxygen.
It has a really nice oxygen vapor barrier. It's really it's really good packaging.
Teresa says, awesome to record it. I will add it to my watch list after the KetoCon replay. Cindy says, hello everyone. Hope everyone cruising has a great time.
Yeah, I wish you could
come
come
and Diane
with us.
says, I got the email on the credit. Nice.
Yes, thank you.
Donna says, how do you explain to people why you don't want to be involved in all the potlucks and church events? They also think you should still come and be involved with the fellowship, but the foods are always bad and so tempting. So what we do is bring deviled eggs.
We bring our own deliciousness.
Yes.
We get in the line and pick our own stuff. And we sit down and eat with everybody else. Yeah. Nobody even notices that we don't need anything else.
The people who have been around us long enough know that we don't. But usually we either make sure we talk to the people who are
we know
making main stuff,
what's happening.
or we just bring our own stuff that we know that we can eat. And as soon as they finish the prayer, we're up there right at the beginning.
Yep.
But,
and then we know we're going to get the stuff. We already know what's inside of it. We know it's safe for us.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they'll have hamburgers and hot dogs, and those are probably fine.
Yeah. Another technique that you can use that I've used in the past is eat before you go.
Yep.
And just don't eat anything there.
Yeah, just get yourself a water, and if someone says that you're not eating, be like, oh, I already ate.
Yeah. Oh, I already finished.
No problem. Yeah, I just came to talk to you. I'm just so grateful to be in your company.
Yep. Surprisingly, most people don't have a problem with you not eating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just need to, you don't want to necessarily bring it up.
Don't Lion King.
Don't tell them, I'm keto and your stuff sucks. Because
you
they
could
don't
do
like
that.
Weird. So.
Kim says, I always feel icky after cheat day. They get further and further apart.
Yeah.
See, that's why I don't go off plan for something like a cruise, because I don't want my experience on the cruise defined by not feeling good. If that's something that you want to do, that's your decision.
Yep, that's your choice, for sure.
Me personally, I can't do it.
And then I don't feel good the whole time. So I don't think I've ever gone off on a cruise. Because we've done one cruise before we were keto, and we didn't eat keto then, and gained 6 pounds or whatever.
Yep.
But since we've been keto, we haven't gone off on a cruise. We did when we went to Disneyland like a long time ago. I did get a churro and then regretted it.
Yep.
But yeah, it's your decision. You do you.
Yeah. Donna continues, says it's so hard to get people that don't have to diet or watch everything they eat to understand why you won't come anyway in fellowship. Just don't eat, they say.
I know. It's so frustrating too, because I'm like, why are you so awesome and hot? And I'm just not the same as you.
Well, Miriam and I don't drink. And we'll go to places where people are drinking.
Alcohol.
And you know what? Most people just don't care.
Drink.
A lot of times they're concerned that you didn't get something.
Yes.
And it's not so much that, now there are people who are like, I made this for you.
Yeah, that's hard.
Why don't you like my stuff? But it seems that most people in my experience are just, they want to make sure you're not missing out. And you're like, oh no, I'm okay. And then you usually leave it at that. And you might have to tell someone, no, I'm okay. I'm choosing not to eat. Thank you for your concern.
Yep.
My grandma died in 1994.
Yes.
You're not her.
That's right. But you don't have to say that. But it really does help to just bring something, put it on the table. We've brought, for the Halloween party last year, we brought an egg salad. And I was measuring, and so I had pre-measured the egg salad out into a bowl, brought a bowl of egg salad, put it on the table with all the rest of the food, took my egg salad bowl and dumped it into a paper bowl. And walked through the line with my egg salad bowl full. And then I sat at the table with everybody else and just ate it. And nobody thought anything of it because I was still eating off a paper plate. And it's not that I was hiding that, I could have eaten out of the container, but I just didn't want anybody to bug me about it. And I was already having a hard enough time just measuring things out as it was. I was like, I'm just being successful and pretending like I'm just eating with everybody else. And it was totally fine.
Exchange student and dentist like angeled eggs.
Oh, okay.
Debbie says, on Best By date, what if you transfer to a sealed container from the bag?
Then it's going to be not as long, but it depends on how moist
the Best By
it is
date is for an unopened package.
Bag.
Once the package is opened, I don't have any data.
Yeah, we don't have that.
It's going to be determined by the humidity and exposure to oxygen and exposure to light. And
if you live in Florida and you accidentally leave it open for the whole entire day, I just don't know what will happen to it.
Lori was here because a little bit late because Switch Grocery was doing a live.
Oh, I love Switch Grocery.
Diane says, loved your eat at Disney. I had the one cheat day in a Mexican restaurant. 7 inches of bloat. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Storm Chasing Gal says, strict keto gal here, and it's never worth it to cheat.
Yep.
Now, and the thing is, there are people who are okay with doing that. That's a decision that they've made, and I am not going to yuck someone's young.
Yep.
And I don't like people going on about my
eating choices, which are
so
weird.
I'm not going to go on about theirs. And if you want to make a choice, hey, that's your choice to make. I just know what works for me. The thing that makes me sad is when I know that people have made a commitment or they have a desire to live a certain way and they're making a choice not to live the way that they want to. And I want to support them to achieve their goals. And it makes me sad when I know that they're not doing what they wanted to do. And so it's not so much judging them or trying to impose my will upon them. It's like, can I help you? I know this is what you actually want to do. Is there something I can do to help you? Anyway. Yeah.
So my problem is, too, if I go off plan, which I don't anymore, but I have a hard time not eating everything I can possibly see. Like if I have one Oreo, I will want to have 75,000 Oreos. And I know that about myself because I even can infuse keto treats. Like I know that about myself, and that's something I'm trying to conquer. And so if I just stay away, it's so much safer.
Jackie says I usually gain weight just from the travel, even if I stay on plan.
I usually just get swollen from the airplane flight.
Yep. Hey, but I'm going to be able to catch up on my YouTube viewing on the airplane.
Yeah. I have a giant watch later playlist.
Okay, Michelle says chicken dip is always a good thing to bring. Yes.
Chicken dip?
Buffalo chicken dip. It's basically shredded chicken and, well, buffalo chicken dip.
Oh,
is
you
what
mean
I'm going to
I was thinking on the cruise. I'm like,
No,
you're not bringing chicken on an airplane.
And you can bring some pork rinds or something like that.
Oh, yeah. That is a good idea.
And it's like cream cheese and chicken and cream cheese and maybe some spices and
I think I support this chicken cream cheese thing. Michelle, what do you put in your chicken dip? Tell us.
Exchange Student says, yeah, chicken dip sounds good. Chrissy says, it's so good to hear
really
that
good.
I'm not the only one struggling with judgmental people.
Yeah.
Oh, and Michelle says, I also like bringing jalapeno poppers.
I like to leave those at home so that I can eat them all by myself. I do not want to share those.
Exchange Students points out self-sabotage. Yes.
Yes.
So Keto Salt Lake 2021.
Yes.
Or was it 2020? No, it was 2022.
2022.
Donald Vega came and spoke about
I love him. We met him in Costa Rica.
Yeah. And he's going to be on the cruise speaking as well.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting to see what
you have to meet him. He's so amazing.
He's very
I really
nice.
should get some cold plunge in before I actually go because I keep telling him I'm going to do it and I don't.
Diane says, I will eat sushi with rice. It's clean, but I learned from the Mexican.
Yeah.
Betsy says, I love you guys. Never any judgment. Again, I just want you to achieve your goals. Dennis says, what did Kim say about coffee that Miriam did not have a chance to hear? It was a mere fly. I was a mere fly on the wall. Kim was watching Chris's backside with Bambi, caught in the headlights kind of look. I don't know. I don't remember that actually. I was actually more concentrated on the technical aspects of the stream.
So on the cruise, when he's recording, he may be listening, but he might not actually be listening.
It's
because
true.
he's going to be like, so if you ask him questions when he's like in filming mode, he may not be there.
If I have my headphones on,
that means don't talk to me. I'm trying to fix a
don't
problem.
Talk to me. I will try to be very, very
so
nice.
Hard.
But be aware that my brain is...
Chris has to be myopic in that moment.
It is true. Annabelle says, I've been getting ready for setting my doctor. I've got a new top that's soft pink, gray, and charcoal. It's so pretty.
Aww.
Nice. Let's see. Annabelle says, my trouble is under-eating. I'm wanting to eat more steak and use up my Keto Chow. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tracy says,
more
we all
steak.
want the chicken dip recipe.
Yes. Michelle, please tell
Now,
us.
I do know on the bottle for Frank's Red Hot, there is a recipe for
I don't like Frank's
chicken dip.
Red Hot.
I love it.
It's going to have Red Hot in it? Then I don't want it.
Jackie says, I think my plan is to have maybe one-off plan meal in New Orleans and one in Cozumel, and then have my alcohol and stay more towards meats.
Right.
I only drink 2 to 4 times a year. The last time I drank was my last cruise.
Yes.
Becky says, I bring keto crackers and keto cream cheese ranch dip.
Oh, that's a good idea. Oops, sorry.
Okay, here we go. let's see. Okay. One last thing was a comment on the Keto Chow Facebook support group where someone said, quote, "It looks like Keto Chow is blowing me out of ketosis." Close quote.
So, first of all, we need more context than that. That's not
In the
that
comments,
helpful.
they gave more context. But, Miriam, what do you think the problem is?
Well,
Or
the problem...
What would be your questions?
A problem could be, how much are you actually eating? Are you actually eating low carb? Are you eating lots of carbs? Because if you're eating carbs and Keto Chow is not going to put you in ketosis when you're still eating carbs.
Yep.
Right? If you are eating low carbs, are you having a lot of heavy cream in it? What else?
So my number one question when I first read that was, how are you measuring ketosis?
Oh, yes. Okay.
They were using urine test strips.
And then it was saying that they weren't that deep in ketosis.
Yeah.
Right.
So here's the thing about urine test strips. Urine test strips are for entertainment purposes only.
They do work, but they work best when you first start because what it is, it's measuring the excess ketones in your urine. And after a while, when you've been in ketosis for a while, you don't have a lot of excess because your body learns how to use the ketones better.
Yeah, and it's specifically acetoacetate that's coming out in your urine, which is just one of 3 ketones.
There's acetoacetate, beta-hydroxybutyrate, and then butyrate.
Acetone.
I mean, acetone.
Yeah.
I mean, butyrate.
Acetone's the one in your breath. Acetoacetate's the one that comes out in urine, and beta-hydroxybutyrate is the one that is in your blood.
Yes, and that's the one you measure with the blood ketone.
Yes.
Which I should measure soon.
So the number one thing is, well, and for that matter, Joe and Rachel have a video where they did a review of the Keto Mojo ketone meter.
Yes.
And they tested their ketones and then ate something and then tested their ketones again. And their ketones, now this is with a blood ketone meter, their ketones went from like, I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was like 1.2 down to like 0.2 or something like that.
And what they had was completely carnivore meal.
It was eggs
beef
and beef and I think maybe some avocado or something like that.
I don't remember. I think
but it was
carnivore.
Legit
totally
keto food.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you eat food, protein, it will cause changes in your circulating ketone levels for a short time, then it goes back up again. But please don't think that urine test strips indicate that something is isn't working for keto. How about that? It also doesn't really tell you that something's working for keto. All it does is it tells you when you're first starting off, I think you're on the right track.
Right.
Is really what it comes down to. And that's why I say that the urine test strips are for entertainment purposes only. And when you first start out, they can be incredibly motivational. Because you're like, I don't know if this is working. Wow, I made it change color. Yeah, I'm on the right track.
Amazing.
Yeah. But then at that point, they lose their utility, unfortunately. And so I don't really recommend.
A lot of excess.
Yeah, and there are a lot of really good comments. Joe got in there and Two Crazy Ketos Joe and gave them some great information. And a lot of the answers were, look, stick to under 20 non-fiber carbs, and you will be in a state of ketosis.
Yep.
Guaranteed. And maybe stick to under 50 total carbs. So anyway, yeah, it was an interesting conversation about it. And I take issue with kicked me out of ketosis and blood sugar spike.
Yeah.
Because spike isn't defined, and some people will call a 5-point rise a spike.
Yeah,
some people will call a 50 or a 100.
I think it's over 30 would be a spike, but it would have to go quickly also. That would be called a spike. And even our type 1 friends have had, when they do Keto Chow, yes, glucose goes up, but it's steady. Like that's a protein shake thing. Like unless it has sugar in it, like a lot of the even whey proteins will be steady going higher, whereas a spike would be like you ate a donut. That would give you a spike.
It would.
Donut
Okay,
and
so
a
Michelle,
cake.
the recipe is cheese, cream cheese, chicken, buffalo, sometimes hot peppers, sometimes bacon.
Sometimes bacon.
I like the sound of that.
We're having that for lunch tomorrow.
It's like a cheese ball. Anyway.
cheese ball you can eat with a
when
fork.
I travel, my go-to snack, it's nuts.
Yes,
Yum.
yes.
Well, this is wow. Let's see. Jackie says, I must be weird. I've never been big on car snacks. I'd rather get a meal or eat when I get there.
Good for you. I
Or
could eat
Buc-ee's.
all the world in car snacks. I have a really hard time not snacking.
Yeah, and Wanda says, yeah, they are very motivational for newbies.
Yes.
That is absolutely true. And
Wanda,
there's a lot
thanks
of
for being
people in
here
the keto
today.
community who really get down on urine test strips and say that they have no place whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And I can understand where they're coming from.
Yes.
I can understand what they are kind of working against is the people who live and die by, well, no, this is... And they're trying to get people away from that. But they do have a place, and they can be very motivational for people, especially when they're first starting out. Me speak good. And one that says, Keto Chow has never thrown me off.
Yes.
You just have to look at a type 1 diabetic and how Keto Chow affects them to see how Keto Chow should affect a ketogenic diet. Marie can probably talk about it, but most type 1 diabetics find that Keto Chow causes a very slow, moderate increase in blood glucose, and that's primarily from the protein.
Yep.
And it does not, they don't have to dose up a bunch of extra insulin,
Yes.
which is exactly what we're looking for. Let's see.
Oh, Becky's asking, does anyone take exogenous keto supplements? That's a good question. So we have a couple of different opinions on that too. We feel like your body can make ketones very well, and I think that you do good making them. But it does take a little time to figure that out, right? Some people do really well with an exogenous ketone. We actually have some. We keep them in the house. Our daughter Kate, who has bad depression and anxiety, she uses ketones periodically because it helps her get up from a down real quick. So. And granted, it doesn't get her up high. It just helps her not crash as hard. So I don't use them. We have them in our house.
So it kind of depends on what you're trying to accomplish. If your goal is to lose fat, a ketone supplement is simply another energy substrate.
Yep. And so all the energy you eat is going to prevent you from using the energy that's stored.
This stuff right here.
Yes. And so, I'm sorry, what he's saying is it's an energy substrate. So you're going to be eating the ketone supplement. Your body's going to use that first. So do you want to go over oxidative priority real quick?
Not really in this context, but, well, we've been on for an hour and 12 minutes, and we actually need to finish up. But the short version is your body will use stuff that is potentially damaging first, and then it will move on.
Right.
But your body will first burn alcohol. If there's any alcohol in your blood, everything stops. Take care of alcohol first.
Get that out of there.
It actually burns exogenous ketones next.
Second.
So if you've taken exogenous ketones, that gets burned before anything else because your brain loves ketones.
It wants it.
Loves it. Which is why for people with neurological conditions,
Alzheimer's,
depression,
dementia, depression, epilepsy.
exogenous ketones are an
is
amazing
really
application.
helpful.
They've actually even shown that giving someone who has just had a brain injury, like a concussion, giving them ketone supplements will significantly improve their outcomes.
Isn't that fascinating?
Like, it's crazy how well it
so
works.
cool.
Anyway, then your body will burn glucose because glucose acts as a poison. Too much of it is damaging to your tissues, just like alcohol. And
So it uses it or stores it,
Yeah.
right? It's going to take care of that.
then your body will burn excess protein.
Yep.
So protein above and beyond what your body needs to form new structures. And then once all that is done, then it will burn stored fat.
And you know why it does that? It's keeping you safe.
Yep.
Your body is taking care of you because the stored fat is going to keep you safe in a famine.
Your body can only store energy in one form,
And it's fat.
and it's fat. Oddly enough, that form of fat is a saturated fat, a saturated fatty acid, meaning it's a big long chain with completely filled with hydrogen. All of the links are filled, so it's a saturated rather than a mono or poly unsaturated.
Yes.
So whenever you hear someone say that saturated fat is bad for you, they are crazy because there's no way your body would store energy in a form that would be detrimental to it. It's going to store energy in its preferred method
Isn't that interesting?
for getting the energy back.
Bodies are so cool.
Yep. Specifically C16. So a chain of 16 carbon atoms
Oh, that is
exactly what your body. I think it's palmitic acid, but it could be wrong.
Just kidding.
Anyway,
Sorry.
Dr. Michael Eads gave a
Yes.
presentation
Look him
at
up. He's fascinating.
Breckenridge. If you search for Eads, E-A-D-E-S,
Yes.
Breckenridge, you'll find his talk where he actually will show you mathematically
Yes, how it works.
why our body prefers certain fatty acids more than others. And C16 in particular generates more ketones and uses less oxygen than any other form
Isn't
of
that cool?
storage.
And your body does that.
Anyway,
It just does it all by itself. Good job, me.
one is glad to catch you live. Dennis says measured ketones are significant. Used ketones are even better. Talk to your neighborhood sphinx. Dr. Boss has a real handle on it. Yep. Annabelle says I use the urine strips only if I need an idea of where I am.
Yes, and that's a good
Annabelle
idea.
is off to see the doctor.
Okay, have a good day.
Wanda says, I never knew this. Juju B says, I just had my ankle MRI. Driving home. Love that you're still on so I can ear jam.
Yes, how are you doing?
Gross.
Is it healing? Is your ankle healing?
Let's see. Betsy says, I love it when the nerd comes out.
It makes me fall asleep.
Storm Chasing Gal says, yep, wash those clothes. We got to do that. All right. Well, we need to take off, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We will maybe be on
Next week?
Monday.
Maybe. We'll see.
I don't know.
We can give it a try.
It might be in the middle of one of the presentations.
We
though.
could maybe just record something and do a premiere.
Yeah, that actually would probably
Would you
work.
like
but well.
us to do that? To
We'll
do
we'll see if we can do that.
a little
So,
recording on the cruise?
yeah.
We'll just grab Jackie and show you her new shorts.
Okay.
Everybody wants to see Jackie's shorts.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Okay.